As the sun came up on New Year's Day 2007, I was sitting on the crescent-shaped beach of Had Rin in Thailand, doing shots with Liam Neeson. People were passed out in the sand all around us. I had no idea where my buddies were. Stumbling back to my hotel, a brutal hangover made it near impossible to piece together the night that started coming back to me in flashes. I'd taken the insane journey to Copenhagen with 10 friends to attend Had Rin's infamous full moon party, which coincided closely with New Year's Eve. One of my last completely lucid memories was having dinner at a Mexican restaurant and popping ecstasy. It was so strong that it hit me within 3 minutes, and everything after that had been one giant blur of excess. If it sounds like the movie of The Hangover Part 2, you're not wrong. When we got to the beach, about 20,000 people were already partying. Full Moon Party is an all-night banger, with bars stretching the entire length of the beach, each blasting a different genre of music. Hip-hop, country, rock, you name it. Maybe because I was high on ecstasy, maybe because there were a gazillion people, I lost my buddies a few hours into getting there. I kept drinking on my own. At 2 a.m., the party was still going, and the heat and humidity had barely let up. I was hot and tired and completely wasted, so I decided to sit down at a booth and order a smoothie to cool down. It wasn't until I started hallucinating that I noticed the booth was shaped like a giant mushroom. Soon the paranoia set in. Here I was, drunk, high, and hallucinating, alone in a foreign country, plunged into chaos by a military coup and civil unrest. A few days later, officials would shut down the city, barricade our hotel, and bomb the very place that was currently packed with thousands of people. I thought I was going to die, and I didn't even care. But a tiny part of me knew this was it. I couldn't take it anymore, and neither could my liver. I had been angry for so long that being reckless and excessive felt like a relief, even if only a temporary one. But as I look around, bleary-eyed at people gearing up for the after-party, I just wanted to go home. I took the next flight to the U.S. I'd blown $20,000 on a vacation I spent largely too intoxicated to enjoy, gone to a brothel with a prominent married news anchor who would later run for Senate, partied with wealthy, successful movers and shakers, and ended it all on a beach, pounding shots with a famous actor. Around thousands of people, I only felt crushing loneliness. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I knew this wasn't it. I want to tell you that I got my shit together after this, but I didn't. My daughter Ariana was born 2 years later in early 2009. It took me almost a decade to realize that my love for her was the ultimate why that would eventually help me quit using. We all have demons. Some of us just have a few more than average. Raise his hand. Whether yours are addictions to alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, or work, it doesn't matter. Throw in some childhood trauma, abuse, neglect, or poverty, and you have a volatile combo that will eventually catch up to you. One of the reasons I didn't quit drinking earlier is because I truly believe I did my best work hungover. People love drunk Kelly, both personally and professionally. Hell, many of my clients were my drinking buddies and vice versa. I was wild and reckless and drank everyone under the table, then got up at 5 a.m. to lift and put in a full day at work. It felt like a badge of honor, like proving my toughness. It got to the point where my friends coined the term getting Siegeled for partying their asses off. Someone would pass out on my boat, in my car, or at my house, and I'd post a picture of their drunk ass on social media saying they got Siegeled. My father and grandfather's last name Siegel had come to mean excess, addiction, and material success. My life felt hollow. I was lonely. I wanted my life and my name to mean something bigger. What my friends didn't know, and what I kept even from myself most of the time, was that I used alcohol as a crutch. My identity as the fun drinking buddy and savvy businessman with the gregarious personality and posing physical stature was all a mask. Nobody knew why I'd spent so much time at the gym getting huge. Nobody knew what was under this big smile. I constantly pursued the next deal, the next woman, the next material status symbol. I blew all my money on vacations, cars, boats, fancy dinners, designer clothes, and jewelry because I wanted to wash off the stink of poverty and because I thought it would make me happy.